Alright, so I've just gone to see the newest M. Night Shyamalan film, and for a while this wouldn't have been something to be excited about for me. When it comes to Shyamalan's past work, one movie of his that I actually enjoyed as just an accidentally funny, so bad it's good type of flick was The Happening. And then, I honestly thought that Unbreakable was a great film, and of course I love The Sixth Sense, but other than that, I just don't really care for the majority of his work. And I've even mentioned before that I found Signs to be pretty overrated. But when I saw the ads for this movie, it looked like he was going back to his roots and just making a smaller film. And when the first review for it popped up in my subscriptions, I actually heard that this was a horror comedy, which guaranteed that I was going to go see it. I actually enjoy horror comedy a lot more than I do just serious horror. So, to give you a brief synopsis for the movie, there are these two kids who are going to visit their grandparents for a few days. And their mother doesn't exactly have the best relationship with her parents, so they're just kind of sent by themselves. But soon after they arrive, they discover that there is something very, very off about these people, and that staying with them for too long might actually be hazardous to their lives. So, getting into my thoughts on this movie, first of all, it is a found footage movie, but honestly, most of the time I was watching it, I just completely forgot that I was watching this mockumentary type of film. I was just watching it as a movie. And the aspect does make sense because the sister in this film is an aspiring documentary filmmaker. She wants to document everything that's happening so that she can learn more about the history between her mother and her grandparents and kind of learn what makes this old couple tick. And I will say one complaint that I have with the movie was there were just a couple of brief moments where the camera movement kind of got on my nerves. Particularly one spot where just the combination of what they were doing with the camera and the soundtrack was just kind of annoying to me. But other than that, once again, most of the time I forgot what style of movie I was watching because I was just into what was happening. And I will say for the first hour that this movie plays, it feels like more of a comedy with horror overtones. There are some moments where it gets creepy and suspenseful and even upsetting in some parts, but again, for that first hour, it's mostly comedy. And a lot of the humor comes from the little brother. He just drops a lot of these smart-ass lines. He's got all of these quirks. And he can be obnoxious, but without being totally mean-spirited or just so grating on your nerves that you can't wait for him to die. Both of the child actors in this gave great performances, and they were really the most likable characters in the movie. And there were even a few moments where the grandparents managed to get a laugh out of me just because some of the weird things they were doing were funny in an uncomfortable sort of way. But I would say that after the first hour, once this reveal happens, and yes, when I say reveal, that does mean there is a twist in this M. Night Shyamalan movie, insert joke here. But once that reveal takes place, I would say that is when the horror really kicks in. And with that knowledge in mind, I actually can't wait to rewatch this film because, given this certain knowledge, it really does make the not the village, it really does make the visit that much more unsettling and terrifying. And I would say just as a whole, the entire last 30 minutes of the film, all the way up to the credits, were what made this a great movie for me. And I mean that. I do expect that there will be some people out there who disagree with me when I say that The Visit is a great film. And that's okay, but just be cool about it. It's all a matter of opinion. In the end, I would say that even if you're a naysayer, even if you doubt M. Night Shyamalan's ability as a filmmaker anymore, give this movie some consideration. I honestly went into it expecting to hate it for the most part, and I ended up loving it. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about The Visit. I hope y'all have a good one.